right, welcome back. So today is not going to be guitar related content, but tone nonetheless. We're going to look at and eventually install this Boss Audio Systems BVCP 9700A-FL, which is just a very cheap touchscreen radio stereo for your car. These things sell on Amazon for, I don't remember. It was over 100. I think it was less than 200. Pretty cheap. But they had decent reviews, and honestly, we just need something that works in the car. The stereo that we'll be replacing is an old Pioneer deck. It's one of the old flip screen DVD players, and nothing works on it. So just to get us up and running, we decided to go with this one. It does have the hands-free calling and all of that good stuff. And it supposedly works with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So it should be a pretty good unit. So right on top, we have the screen. And that actually disconnects from the unit. This stands out a little ways, so depending on your vehicle, that might not be a good option just because of how far it's going to stick out from the dash. We looked at our vehicle, and it seems like that should be just fine. So went ahead with this one. And there's there's multiple different brands that make the same kind of idea. So this is by no means, a unique system. Definitely something that's becoming more and more popular. A lot of people just don't care about having a CD player. There's the wiring. Just a good working radio and to be able to stream music from their phone. So these things are actually getting quite a bit cheaper. There are very expensive brands out there, but I'm not sure that you really get that much more. Maybe more features, but not necessarily anything very much better. I think one thing that the more expensive ones have that this does not is all of your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto is going to be through Bluetooth on the more expensive units. This one actually requires you to plug in a USB cable. All right, so there's the unit. Pretty basic. And so the way this system works is this just plugs right in. Boom. There you go. You want to take it back off, you can do so. On the back of the unit, you got your standard stereo plug. You have options for RCA outputs and inputs. Yeah, so if you're running amplifiers for all of your speakers, instead of using the internal amplifier, you've got your front left right, rear left right. You have 2 sub channels. You have a video line in. And then a left and right audio. And so that would be like if you were going to run an external DVD player or some kind of digital video player into this to actually watch video. That is not our intended purpose, so we won't be doing that. It also, so these are USB cables, and I actually had to pull the little power outlet defrost switch compartment deal out of the vehicle, because these are going to have to get installed. I was hoping to run them through here, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. Probably have to just cut. Is it even going to work? Yeah, that'll work. So we'll do that off camera, and then maybe we'll do some pictures once it's installed in the car. Also, what comes with this unit in the bundle that we bought is it does have a backup camera. It's one of the license plate frame ones. So this just installs on the top of your license plate frame. It has video and a power in. It gets its power from your reverse light on your tail lights. And then they give you this long video cable that has a little pigtail coming off of it for power. What that actually does is this unit needs to see a reverse signal in order to flip the screen so that it's picking up your reverse camera. So instead of finding a signal somewhere in the car's harness that's going to give you power when you're in reverse, the same wire that you're going to connect to for power here is going to connect to one of these wires, and that runs power. There's actually two cables running inside this, and so it'll send power up through the cable to the next side, and that plugs into your harness for your stereo. And so that's going to actually activate the backup camera on your screen. So pretty easy install there. The only other thing is it does need to see a signal from your parking brake. And so that's a one-wire connection. Basically, if your parking brake's engaged, it will send a signal up to the unit, and I believe it's actually when it grounds out, that's just going to tell it that you are indeed stopped with your parking brake on, and that will allow you to watch videos. That's something that we are going to install, but it's not going to be, it doesn't really matter because we're not actually watching videos on the screen, as I said before. It does come with your little microphone that is for your hands-free calling. So it does do the hands-free calling through Bluetooth. You do not have to be connected to the USB to do so. One thing that I did find was kind of funny and dumb, and I don't know, maybe a little bit of all of the above, is that you have two USBs here. One is for your CarPlay and Android Auto. The other is for charging. The reason why I both laugh and shake my head is it would be so easy for them to just have that through the one cable. It's kind of nonsense to not do it through the one cable. But, you know, it is what it is. So, let's just kind of get into it. It does have brackets for installation. I don't think that we're going to need those. Let's actually put this away. We're not going to install the backup camera today. Although it isn't a difficult process, that will include pulling up a significant portion of the interior to be able to run the wiring for it. And that's just not something that I am super interested in right now. So I am going to save that for a nicer day. Now, luckily, this vehicle already did have an aftermarket stereo. A lot of sound editing. So, it already has this adapter bracket and all of that fun stuff, so that we can easily install this into the car. It also, it had the wire harness adapter, so that's going to make wiring this guy in way easier. All the wires are color coded as to what they would be coming off of the stereo plug, and so it takes all the guesswork out, because factory stereo colors are nothing like aftermarket stereo wiring colors. So that's a lot of guesswork that's going to come right out of this. So yeah, getting this guy out is going to be a bear. I do not have the actual keys that would take the unit out of the sleeve, although there's a possibility that I could use the ones off the new stereo. It's pretty slim, so we're just going to have to very carefully bend these tabs back to where they go, because that is what locks this sleeve in place. And not carefully, because we don't want to hurt the stereo. The stereo's dead. It is in a no power up situation. We checked fuses, checked connections at the stereo. Everything was as it should be. And this guy's just not going to power up. So, easy peasy though. Just kind of got to take your time. Try not to put too much pressure. Like I said, we don't want to break this guy, because that's an extra like $40 that we don't need to spend. All right, so with any luck, those will be flat enough to just go ahead and slide this guy back. Please, oh please, oh please. Just kind of wiggle it. Oh, too far that way. Round up over here. Oh, there we go. And donezo. Easy peasy. And so on this guy, pull those. Slide that guy off. So this. Come on now. Line up. You just want to make sure it's nice and tight in there. And you want to bend out the tabs that are closest to the adapter. You can do extras just in case. Like, oop. She just popped right through there, didn't she? Once the stereo is actually in there, the chances of these things letting loose and allowing that stereo to pop out are about slim to none. But still, get them as tight as you can. So that's pretty good. This guy will just slide right back in there. Let's go ahead and tighten that up just a hair. All right. She's in there pretty good, pretty good. Nothing to complain about there. Would like to kind of get this one just a hair tighter. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that works. All right, so next step. Basically, all we're gonna do here, we'll use these guys. We'll just snip these right on the harness adapter side. Kind of take a mental note of anything that's doubled up and weird. I've got these two yellows right there. I got the two blacks. So that's going to be something we're going to have to pay attention to. Probably something that had to do with the factory stereo. Probably had some kind of security system attached to it, so it had extra powers and grounds. Go to different things, but then when you go to the aftermarket stereo, those things don't exist. Go ahead and cut these zip ties because we do not need them right now. We can always go put more of those on there if need be, just to keep things nice and tidy. Still got a couple. All right. We are good now. Whoever installed this kind of did a no-no. This brown wire, I forget what these go to. It's another one of the like options. And it's something that you really don't use very often. Like, I believe it has to do with, God, it's been so many years since I've actually done this professionally. But I believe the brown wire was actually your backlighting for your stereo controls on your stock stereo. And some aftermarket stereos did have that as an option. But this right here, yeah, it's not good because that probably had power to it. And so there's always a chance that that's coming into contact with something metal and shorting out. And that's not something that we want to do. So I still have my knife in here somewhere. That probably would work better than this. So my connectors of choice are these guys. And that's a crimp cap. And I'll show you how that works on this wire here. Remote wire. So Okay, and we're back. So you may notice that the camera looks different, and that's because the camera died. And we're going to do the rest of this using my phone, which just makes everything more fun. So where we were at, I have 2 blue wires. One may or may not be remote. They both may be remote. It could be set up to power 2 different amplifiers, which would make sense. Actually, honestly, it should have enough for 3. I wonder if it tells me in the connections part. I just want to be sure. Again, it's not something that's going to be huge right now because we don't have the amplifier hooked up. Oh, yeah. Oh, so one is for your power antenna, which most cars don't have anymore because it's not the 80s. And blue and white. I don't have a blue and white. Y'all are retarded. Yeah, neither one of these have. Oh, nope, it does. I'm wrong. I'm dumb. Crisis averted. It's okay. I'm just a little bit dumb. We can go with that. It's fine. It's not the first time. So we'll make that the same length as the rest, just for funsies. That makes a lot more sense now. Although, honestly, I'm not entirely certain it would make a difference if you connected it to the wrong one, because they are both 12 volt, 500 mA. So I would imagine all of it's sending the exact same power. Okay, you go back there. Get out of my way. So now we're gonna come over here. We do need to connect these grounds. Kind of want to work all this in order. Oh my goodness. All right. And oh yeah. Stupid. Get out of the way. Get out of my way. So honestly, short of soldering, I think that these are the best connection you can get for a stereo. Oh, I'm making a mess out of this bad boy. All right. I don't want the wires kind of crisscrossing and interlooping. I'm trying to go with where they're located linear wise. It just makes for a cleaner install. And like I said, once this is all done, that's the only length that you're adding to it. It's all going straight back. You can take this whole thing, wrap it with electrical tape. It's clean. I like clean installs. Definitely like clean installs. All right, so we're going to go. The white's next. Like that. Maybe. Now, to make it easier, you could just cut this little tag, but I kind of want to leave it there because it's keeping everything nice and bundled. I kind of like it. By the way, these wire caps, so they are available. You know, you can go to Home Depot. AutoZone has them sometimes when they're in stock. I think a lot of places like Walmart, you can order them, but they don't keep them in the stores. Your best deal for getting something like this, if you can wait a couple of days, is to buy them on Amazon. So these same connectors were, I mean, they're not expensive, but you can get a pack of 10 of them from the Home Depot for, what was it, like $4, $4 or $5? Or you can get a case of them for like, I think it was like $40. But still, even at a case, and it might not have been that much. No, it would have been right about 40. Yep. Would have been right about 40. So you're only getting 100 in a case for $40. Doesn't matter where you buy these stupid things. They're all made out of the same material. You know, they're whatever this metal sleeve is, probably nothing major. Really, you're not even worried about that being super conductive because, you know, it's the physical connection to the wires that's working for you there. But they're all the same. Doesn't matter. It's just a nylon cap with a crimp sleeve in the middle. And on Amazon, you buy these suckers. That bag's 1,000 count. 1,000 of these stupid little things for $9. Now, you might think, well, that's cool, but what the heck am I going to do with 1,000 of those stupid things? I keep them in my toolbox. I find uses for them. Even if it's just, you know, capping off wires for something. You know, they are not a bad thing to have just around the house. I mean, I guess that depends on how much of this crap you do. But anytime I gotta repair a wire on a car, heck, I would even use it on my guitar projects. Stupid black line. I can't see crap. Oh, there's the black line. It's the purple ones. Man, purple ones are hard to see. See, now I'm getting all tangled again. I didn't want to be tangled. There we go. Nope, we're going to be kind of tangled. It's okay. It's okay. We avoided it for the most part. Did I just lose my black line? Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's this one. It's this one. I mean, I don't know what I would use them on for a guitar. Maybe if I was like, you know what, I'm going to be changing pickups out on a pretty constant basis. I'm going to make a wire harness where I can just cap these suckers. swap them out real fast. At this point in time, though, you do yourself better just be getting one of them solder-free kits, but yeah, it is what it is. You're using more than 10 of them on this. So you'd have to, you'd be spending that $9 anyway. Find a buddy to pawn them off on. I don't know. All right. So we are pretty good to go there. Let's go ahead and pull this guy back through. SWC. I don't know what SWC is. I don't think it matters either. So that's it. That's all it takes. Like I said, you can wrap that with electrical tape. Make it nice and tidy. I like to put a wrap right up here. And then a lot of times I'll kind of wrap all the way out. Like if I've got all my wires that I'm going to use, I'll start right here and I'll wrap all the way out over top of these caps. It does kind of make a little bit of a wide bundle, but it does work pretty well. Keeps them in place. Not that I'm ever worried about them falling off, but just in case. All right, there we go. That is that. This unit is ready to go in the car. Now, once we get her out there, which I am not going to do on camera, maybe I'll take some pictures and put it up once I'm done, but this guy's going to be a bear. I need to find a spot that's not going to have a lot of noise from the heater vents or just exterior car noise, which on this car is going to be fun to find. But yeah, so I've got to remove some panels to run this, but it should be good. And then maybe I'll do a follow-up and let you guys know just how decent is this cheapo stereo. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for now. We'll see you next time.